Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a close look at something that probably impacts, well, almost all of us, the constantly shifting world of mobile phones.
Mhm.
Specifically, that relentless cycle of upgrades, and let's be honest, the increasingly eye-watering price tags attached to those flagship devices.
Right.
Our insights for this deep dive come straight from a tech enthusiast known as Meow, who shared some really candid thoughts right after Samsung's big announcement about their new foldable phones.
Yeah, and our mission here really is to distill the crucial insights from Meow's very personal journey. We want to understand what the true value is and the long-term implications of investing in this cutting-edge, high-end mobile tech.
Okay.
Ultimately, this deep dive should help you consider your own purchasing decisions in what is, let's face it, an incredibly fast-paced and, frankly, expensive market.
Okay, let's unpack Meow's first observations because they really set the stage here. Despite being genuinely excited by new mobile tech, they immediately started questioning the sustainability of upgrading even every 2 years.
Right.
Why? Because the changes are becoming, well, increasingly subtle, smaller and smaller differences from one generation to the next. Feels like we're hitting diminishing returns, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And what's fascinating is that this isn't just Meow's feeling. It really reflects a broader industry trend, I think.
Mm-hmm.
As the core smartphone tech matures, those annual leaps in, say, processing power or camera quality,
Yeah.
they just aren't as dramatic as they used to be.
Yeah.
So when Meow points out these subtle shifts, they're really highlighting how much harder it is for manufacturers to truly differentiate a
Right.
new device beyond, minor tweaks.
And if that wasn't enough, here's where Meow's concerns really ramped up. The price.
The price.
They vividly recall buying their first flagship phone for around 500 euros. Now they're looking at current flagships, and the prices demand more than 3 times that.
Wow.
Specifically, one new foldable phone they looked at was 1,600 euros, or even a staggering 2,500 euros for the 1 TB version if you didn't get a pre-order bonus.
Oof.
Meow didn't mince words, they called that crazy.
It's a jaw-dropping jump, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this raises a really important question for you, the listener. Are these premium features genuinely justifying such increasingly premium prices? Especially when, as Meow points out, the upgrades themselves offer, well, pretty minimal differences year over year.
Exactly.
It feels like manufacturers are pushing phones almost into a luxury goods category, but the perceived utility for the average user just isn't keeping pace with that cost.
It's a sentiment I think many of us can relate to. Meow then shared a pretty big personal realization, owning both an iPhone through a contract and an S24 Ultra, which they actually got for about 700 euros with a good pre-order deal. They've come to believe they probably don't need 2 flagship phones. Yeah, they were quite clear, saying they'd be perfectly content with devices like the Pixel 9a, the Samsung A series, or maybe an iPhone 16, adding they wouldn't actually miss any features by not paying that premium.
See, what's truly illuminating there is this clear shift in kind of the consumer mindset about perceived value.
Right.
It suggests people are increasingly questioning the necessity of top-tier devices when, more affordable options are now offering genuinely comparable utility. For a long time, there was a big gap, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But today's mid-range chips and cameras are so advanced that they satisfy most users' needs. It really blurs the lines that once defined flagship.
And to really drive home the point about the practicalities of expensive tech, Meow even had this frustrating real-world experience.
Oh.
Their Galaxy Watch 4, which was, a well-regarded device, became almost unusable after a software update.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the UI kept freezing, and it nearly led to emergency service calls. Not once, but twice.
Wow, that's bad.
It just shows that even expensive premium tech isn't immune to post-update problems or, frankly, just unexpected obsolescence.
And that example connects directly to broader issues of device longevity and, critically, the rapid depreciation of new tech. Meow makes a really powerful point here.
Yeah.
That 2,500 euro foldable might only be tradable for about 900 euros after just 1 year.
Ouch.
That illustrates a significantly quicker price drop compared to what we see with standard, slab phones, your traditional non-folding ones. This kind of accelerated depreciation makes those initial high costs even harder to swallow.
So, yeah, it's abundantly clear that Meow's mindset is evolving quite dramatically. After all this, they're now contemplating that these might very well be the last flagship phones they're willing to actually pay for.
Big shift.
Definitely. So what does this all mean for you? We've just unpacked Mei Mao's journey, really, from an enthusiastic tech early adopter to a much more discerning, value-conscious buyer. It's a journey I think many of us might find ourselves on, or at least thinking about.
Right. And as mobile technology continues its rapid advancement, here's maybe a final provocative thought for you to consider. How much are you truly willing to pay for what are often marginal improvements year on year? And maybe what does the term flagship truly signify anymore in a world where mid-range devices deliver such impressive capabilities?